Hard-hitting, inspiring, intelligent, honest, and direct are just some of the words used to describe Emmy Award-winning journalist Ed Gordon. He just released his first book about the state of Black America.
The truth is, ever since Africans were first brought to America in chains, we've asked ourselves what's going on. We're frequently marginalized or left off of the American narrative because the narrative that America so often weaves is not entirely ours.
Ed Gordon sharing a passage with us from his newly released book, Conversations in Black, on power, politics, and leadership.
The idea came to me in 2012 to try to get a group of influencers and leaders together to talk about the state of Black America.
And if there was anyone who could bring together a who's who list of Black notables that includes California's own Congresswoman Maxine Waters, it would be the respected and renowned journalist, Ed Gordon.
So I called 40 plus of the thought leaders of the day, and each chapter is a different topic. And we delve into where we sit in America today.
The book explores many conversations about events over the past decade, including the presidency of Barack Obama to current President Donald Trump. It also goes in depth on the power of the Black vote and the next wave of leaders.
It says Ed Gordon creates hope and a timeless new narrative on what the future of Black leadership should look like and how we should get there. What should it look like?
Well, I just think that we have to look at the idea that everyone plays a part. And we all are part and parcel of our movement. And so we're critical at times of Black leadership in this book. We look at the road we've traveled and the idea that we have, without question, come a long way.
Gordon relies on his past experiences and storied career to tackle these hot topics. He has interviewed the late Michael Jackson, Oprah Winfrey, former President Obama, and covered South Africa's Nelson Mandela.
They struck me across the face real hard with a billy club.
He also covered the beating of Rodney King that led to the LA riots and scored the infamous interview with O.J. Simpson.
What conversation should we be having?
Talk about your community. You know, what you find problematic in Watts is not the same thing you find problematic in Beverly Hills or Chino or wherever you may live. I hope that we all seek to find a better understanding between races, between genders and the like, and I think that this would be a good start.
All right, Gordon says he has plans to do a book signing here in Southern California, and of course we'll keep you posted on the dates. And here's the book right here, and he said it's not just for Black folks. Everybody can read it because it's about having conversations, and I think when we all talk to each other about what
Give
we
me
can
that
do.
book.
Yeah, I know. You want the book now? You need to read it.
I need to read
But
this.
it's for everybody, and that's the important thing, is just having a conversation. Sometimes people just don't talk about issues.
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, those are incredibly important conversations to have, and what a career that he's had too, and just the who's who on this list of people that he's talked to.
And it's important how he pointed out different neighborhoods have different needs. That's
Right.
what
Different
it's not a
issues.
blanket
Exactly.
solution for anything, but you really have to talk to the people who live in different neighborhoods. They're going to have different concerns and issues.